Honored guests, welcome to our ceremony to honor our graduates and their parents, family, and friends. At this point, may I ask you to please turn off your cell phones or set them to the silent mode. Notice, please, exits are located throughout Xfinity. For your safety, look for your nearest exit. In case of emergency, walk, do not run to that exit. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the faculty, followed by the December 2017 graduating class. It's recording everything right now, but then as I say the names, they take the cards, but they also have the recorders, so somebody else pull it up. That's how they do it.
It's different.
Yeah, you just could never see. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Dean and the members of his platform party. Will the audience please join in the singing of our national anthem to be performed by Dr. Lu Xuan, Lucy Chen, and the Washington Brass Quintet? All males are asked to please remove their hats for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wriggling, the bombers stinging air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, presiding over these ceremonies is Dr. Gerald Wilkinson, Interim Dean of the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences.
Ms. Kiser, graduates, distinguished faculty, parents, and friends, welcome to the December 2017 commencement ceremony for the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences. Graduates, we are proud of your accomplishments here at the University of Maryland and honored to be here today to share in this milestone celebration. Today, you're graduating from the largest college on campus. You might even be graduating with one of the two most popular majors. How many of you are computer science? How many biological science? Those are the two. Whichever major you choose, you are in good company. Our college graduates the most science majors in the state, nearly 1,500 per year. While we pride ourselves on the quality of our graduates, we also take pride in their diversity. Last year, 40% of the bachelor degrees conferred in the college were to women. And among non-historically black colleges and universities, the University of Maryland ranks in the top 25 in producing African American graduates in math, the physical sciences, the biological sciences, and computer science, with math leading at number 7 in the nation. As you graduate today, you will join 45,000 alumni from the college who serve as strong supporters for the sciences and for the importance of diversity in the sciences. A wonderful example of them is our keynote speaker today, Ms. Georgette Kiser. Ms. Kiser's interest in math started at a young age. By middle school, she had a computer at home and began programming. Following graduation from a gifted and talented high school program for mathematics, Ms. Kiser arrived at the University of Maryland, where she majored in math. During a visit to the Career Center, she learned that she could use her math degree to work in many different industries. So after graduating with a bachelor's degree in 1989, she went to work for GE on a NASA project. In 1996, Ms. Kiser joined T. Rowe Price, where she held a variety of positions, including vice president and head of enterprise solutions. She left T. Rowe Price in 2015 to become chief information officer at the Carlyle Group, where she remains today. In her current role, she develops and drives IT strategies across the corporation. Along the way, Ms. Kiser also received a master's degree in mathematics from Villanova and an MBA from the University of Baltimore. Among her many awards, Ms. Kiser was named one of the 50 most powerful women in technology by the National Diversity Council in 2016. In addition to becoming a technology leader, Ms. Kiser is a Terp for life. She also spends considerable time giving back to her local community by helping people in need. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Georgette Kiser.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Gerald Wilkinson, Interim Dean and Professor of the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences, for inviting me to speak to the graduating class of 2017. I'd also like to thank all of the faculty and staff for the time you have taken to educate in STEM fields like biological sciences, computer science, mathematics, physics, astronomy, biochemistry, chemistry, environmental sciences, and geology, which are all in true demand today. To the graduates, I know you all are extremely excited, and I'm the person that stands between you receiving your diploma and your next steps in life. But I would also like to share a few thoughts around my story. Hopefully my story will help relieve your stress, anxiety, and excitement that's going through your mind today. It's amazing to look at all of you thinking back when I sat here 28 years ago. Actually, we were in the chapel. I sat there realizing I was about to graduate from college with a degree in mathematics and a concentration in computer science. Like many of you, I graduated with degrees in areas I loved and that I was passionate about. The graduation demographics were quite different back in 1989. There were probably less than 5 women graduating in mathematics, and I think I was probably the only African American female. But I was not thinking about that due to the mentorship and sponsorship I received from professors at College Park. In the math department, we saw math as a universal language. I remember in Calc 3, I received a 100% on a final one year. The professor called me out because he thought I cheated, because no one had ever received 100. He asked me oral questions and quickly realized that I knew what I was talking about. And from that point on, I earned a special place in his heart, and I spent much time with him, working with him over one summer, and receiving his mentorship throughout my college career. I had 4 job offers coming out of the College Park, and I have to thank the Career Development Center at College Park for this. When I went to college, I thought I was going to be a math professor. I never knew the opportunities that were out there for me. Did I know I would ever work for General Electric on a NASA contract dealing with TDRS, tracking and data relay satellites, that help with the communication on projects like the Hubble Telescope or the International Space Center? No. Did I know I was going to lead technology at a major investment firm like T. Rowe Price one day? Or that I would become the Chief Information Officer of the Carlyle Group, one of the largest alternative asset management firms in the world? No. Did I know I would come to a firm like Carlyle and transform the way the company leveraged technology so that the firm could better meet the needs of its clients by creating and implementing strategies for cybersecurity, hybrid cloud infrastructures, data and analytics, regulatory reporting, mobility, and so much more? No. I always saw myself as a future college mathematics professor playing on my Commodore 64. I never knew the journey I was embarking on. I never even thought about it. I just knew I spent 4 years studying subject areas that I loved at College Park, and I wanted to keep learning. On my graduation day, I was just ready to start the next chapter of my life. I did not know the story, but I knew it consisted of realizing potential, seizing opportunity, and exercising my grit. I was born with strong analytical skills. For as long as I can remember, I loved mathematics, and I began experimenting with computers and falling in love with computer engineering. When I was in 6th grade, my mother bought me a Commodore 64 for $600. Today, that's about $2,300. As a Baltimore City school teacher, this was not a purchase she took lightly, working nights and weekends at Kmart to make up the difference. My mother saw potential in me and invested in me at a very young age. That Commodore 64 changed my life. It literally changed my life. I worked on that computer night and day, developing games for the neighborhood kids. They come by and play all the time. Very few people enjoyed what I liked to do, which made me feel special. I worked with and tried to teach those that took interest in what I was doing so they could enjoy my same excitement. My potential was to keep sharpening my math and computer skills and use them one day in a way that would help others. The entire graduating class here today should realize we are all born with potential. However, not everyone uses it. We are all capable of something, so ask yourself, what am I capable of, and how will I use it? How will you use your potential to create your own story? Very few women and people of color were in my fields of study back in the 80s, so that made me realize I had quite an opportunity to use my skills to do something great. The guys in my classes, they didn't intimidate me because I could compete with them academically. Studying together, we learned that we all had opportunities to use our skills to change the world. And I was one who loved to learn, and I went on to continue to create new opportunities for myself by getting a master's in math and then completing my MBA in finance so that I could use my business skills in the world, yet leveraging my technology skills. Because you are sitting here today, you have seized an opportunity that many have not been afforded. Think about the many that have not even been given an opportunity. There are 310 bachelor candidates, 60 master's candidates, and 116 doctoral candidates for December 2017. STEM fields are a hot commodity right now, in particular, the T part of STEM, technical computing. Economic projections point to a need for approximately 1 million more STEM professionals than the U.S. will produce at the current rate over the next decade. So use your opportunity to create your story and continue to strive to do bigger and better things. One day, you could be the one standing here giving this commencement speech. I was born out of a family with drive. My dad died 2 months prior to my birth. So I watched my mother raise my 2 brothers and I by herself. I was not raised to be a weak person, And if I started to feel that way, I just prayed God for the strength that my mother had. My mother instilled grit. And a lot of people, that word grit, they're just wondering like what it means. Grit is, it's courageous, it's bravery, it's getting out there and just driving through things. And that's what my mother taught me to do. Curiosity consumes me, and I enjoy others that show intellectual curiosity. The grit in me allows me to fail forward and quickly get up and keep going. Yes, I use the word failure, but I realize I said fail forward and not fail back. You will fail in life. Learn from your experiences and keep moving forward. I've had so many experiences to look back on where a lot of people considered it failures. To me, they were experiences that I kept going forward on. When I took my first job at General Electric, prior to my entry, I had to go through a 2-week boot camp learning the language of Pascal, which is what we used on many government contracts back then. The pass rate was 50%, and I was in that 50%. I passed that class, and I moved on to tracking and data satellite projects. Starting in the early 1970s, the Tracking and Data Relay Satellite, TDRS, comprised the space segment of the Space Network. NASA Goddard Space Flight Center manages the development and operations of the TDRS satellites. The current Tracking and Data Relay Satellite configuration consists of 9 in-orbit satellites. I was able to kind of work on very large projects like the Hubble Space Telescope and the International Space Center. And what we were doing helped with the development of the GPS system that we have today. I joined the ground station software development team out of college. We were responsible for designing all the workstations that the ground station crew used to understand communications between satellites and missions like the Hubble and the International Space Station. I performed very well as an individual contributor on my team. My computing skills and math skills were being used. Many algorithms leverage roll, yaw, pitch were developed so the ground station crew knew the navigational components of their missions. After 2 years, my manager got a big promotion, and I was 24 years old at the time when my boss tapped me on my shoulder and explained to me why he was doing that tapping. He wanted me to step up into a role at age 24. I thought about my mom and her drive and what she had instilled in me. I thought about how I always realized my potential, seized opportunity, but now I had to exercise grit and prove to myself I could step into a leadership role at such a young age. And I did it. I took over the ground station software development group, and we were a high-performing team, deploying our software in White Sands, New Mexico after my taking over. I must admit that after that leadership move, I realized I could take on any leadership role now and not think about it. You all have grit. I know this because you're completing your bachelor's, master's, or doctorate in STEM. What you have done is not easy, but you have persevered. Continue to be strong and courageous. I'm so proud of every one of you today. In my life, my story has always been realizing my own potential, seizing opportunity, and exercising grit. As you go forward, write your own story, and remember these words. Turtles only advance when they stick their necks out. We are terrapins. We stick our necks out to define our own stories. So use your potential, opportunity, and grit to stick your necks out and define your story. Embrace the journey and never stop learning.
Thank you, Georgette, for those inspiring words. Please accept this small token of our appreciation.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I think we have to take a picture. Let's see.
Will the PhD and master's degree recipients from the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences please rise? Dr. Wolfgang Lozert, Associate Dean, will present the graduates. by accepting the faculty's recommendation as presented by the Associate Dean, the Dean will recognize the candidates as having completed all degree requirements.
Dr. Wilkinson, in accordance with the recommendations of the faculty in the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences, I request that you recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Masters of Arts, Masters of Science, Master of Public Policy, Master of Chemical and Life Sciences, and Doctor of Philosophy.
I'm pleased to accept the faculty's recommendation, and I'm honored to recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Policy, Master of Chemical and Life Sciences, and Doctor of Philosophy.
Will the audience please join the Dean and the faculty in congratulating the December 2017 advanced degree candidates of the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences. Graduates, please be seated. PhD graduates of academic programs in the college will now receive diplomas and congratulations from the Dean, the Associate Deans, and Department Chairs, and be hooded by their major advisor. Dr. Constantina Trevisa will present the graduates from Applied Mathematics and Statistics and Scientific Computation. Imei Fan, to be hooded by Dr. Paul Smith. Her dissertation, Statistical Learning with Application in High-Dimensional Data and Healthcare Analytics. Dr. Andrew Harris will present the graduates from Astronomy. Ashley Wilkins, to be hooded by Dr. Drake Deming. Her dissertation, Atmospheric Characterization of Giant Exoplanets in Extreme Environments. Dr. James Carton will present the graduates from Atmospheric and Oceanic Science. Adam Greeley, to be hooded by Dr. Thorsten Marcus and Dr. James Carton. His dissertation, Estimating Surface Elevation Biases from Subsurface Scattered Photons for Laser Altimeters. Dr. Janice Roby will present the graduates from Biochemistry and from Chemistry. Charles Ferrioli, to be hooded by Dr. Alice Minaret. His dissertation, A Probe of Colored Medium Effects on Quarkonia Polarization in 7 TeV proton-proton collisions at CMNS. Maria Teresa Perez Cardenas, to be hooded by Dr. Janice Ruitt-Roby. Her dissertation, Immobilized Seed-Mediated Growth of Two-Dimensional Arrays of Shaped Metallic Nanocrystals. Xiaoyi Zhang, to be hooded by Dr. Janice Ruitt-Roby. Her dissertation, Hierarchical Assembly of Amphiphilic Supercolloids with Tunable Domains. Dr. Charles Delwich will present the graduates from biology, biological sciences, and from neuroscience and cognitive science. Yi Cho Yin, to be hooded by Dr. John Molt, his dissertation, Computational Methods in Missense Mutation Analysis, Phenotypes, Pathogenicity, and Protein Engineering. Dr. Wolfgang Lozert, Associate Dean, will present the graduates from biophysics. Jonathan Goldsvik, to be hooded by Dr. Wolfgang Lozert, his dissertation, Understanding the Motility of Molecular Motors Using Theory and Simulations. Dr. Wendell Hill will present the graduates in chemical physics. David Foote, to be hooded by Dr. Wendell T. Hill III, his dissertation, Optical and Quantum Interferences in Strong Field Ionization and Optimal Control. Jeffrey Lee, to be hooded by Professor Wendell T. Hill III, his dissertation, Dissipation in a Superfluid Atom Circuit. Zulikan Tomova, to be hooded by Dr. John Forkas, her dissertation, Resolution Improvement of Photolithographic Techniques based on visible light. Dr. Larry Davis will present the graduates from computer science. Xie Chen Cheng, to be hooded by Dr. Amitabh Varshney, his dissertation, Multimodal Biomedical Data Visualization, Enhancing Network, Clinical, and Image Data Depiction. David Dureus, to be hooded by Dr. David Van Horn, his dissertation, Mechanizing Abstract Interpretation. Sohail Asani Banafati, to be hooded by Dr. Larry Davis, his dissertation, Online Decision-Making via Profit Setting. Zabao Gao, to be hooded by Dr. Atif Memon, his dissertation, Quantifying Flakiness and Minimizing its Effects on Software Testing. Anapan Gua, to be hooded by Dr. Larry Davis, his dissertation, Data and Methods for Reference Resolution in Different Modalities. Garrett Katz, to be hooded by Dr. Larry Davis, his dissertation, A Cognitive Robotic Imitation Learning System Based on Cause-Effect Reasoning.
Congratulations.
Mafuza Sharman, to be hooded by Dr. Hector Corrada Bravo, her dissertation, Model-Based Approaches to Characterize Heterogeneity in Gene Regulation Across Cells and Disease Types. Dr. Kennedy Painter will present the graduates in Marine, Estuarine, and Environmental Science. Maida Bezetta, to be hooded by Dr. Margaret Palmer, her dissertation, Sugarcane Agriculture as an Agent of Geomorphic Change and Stream Degradation in Brazil. Arlene Chen, to be hooded by Dr. Rita Caldwell, her dissertation, Vibrios in the Environment, an investigation of environmental Vibrio vulnificus, Vibrio parahemolyticus, and Vibrio cholerae. Dr. Steve Ralston will present the graduates from physics. Joyce Kopic, to be hooded by Dr. Steve Ralston, her dissertation, Optical and Magnetic Measurements of a Levitated Gyroscopically Stabilized Graphene Nanoplatelet. Joseph Garrett, to be hooded by Dr. Jeremy Munday, his dissertation, The Effects of Geometry and Patch Potentials on Casimir Force Measurements. George Hine, to be hooded by Dr. Howard Milchberg, his dissertation, Compact Laser-Driven Electron and Proton Acceleration with Low-Energy Lasers. Jonathan Larson, to be hooded by Dr. Janice Ruitt-Roby, his dissertation, Innovative Scanning Probe Methods for Energy Storage Science, Elucidating the Physics of Battery Materials at the Nano to Micro Scale. Please join the Dean in a round of applause for all our doctoral degree recipients. Master's graduates of academic programs in the college will now receive congratulations from the Dean, Associate Deans, and the Department Chair. Dr. Constantine Trevisa will present the graduates from Applied Mathematics and Statistics and Scientific Computation. Andrew Lozier. Dr. Andrew Harris will present the graduates from Astronomy. Virginia Cunningham. Dr. Paula Shrewsbury will present the graduates from Entomology. Jacqueline Hoban. Dr. Kennedy Painter will present the graduates in Marine, Estuarine, and Environmental Sciences. Chris Paver. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Robert Infantino, Associate Dean.
A student commencement speaker is traditionally selected from our graduating class. This year's speaker is a remarkable young woman who has distinguished herself among this highly talented graduating group. She's a presidential scholar, completing a degree in biological sciences with a specialization in physiology and neurobiology. She's earning an honors citation and graduating cum laude. She is also a giver to our campus and broader community, She served as an academic achievement program instructor tutoring in chemistry. She also served for several years as a peer mentor in the college office and in our community as an America Reads, America Counts tutor, working with underprivileged fourth graders. She's gained practical experience while in our program, shadowing an OBGYN physician in her home state of New Jersey, and serving as a clinical researcher at the University of Maryland Medical Center and at Monmouth Medical Center. She's planning to spend a gap year over the next year working at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York before attending medical school. It's a great honor and pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Priyanka Anisetti.
Dean Wilkinson, faculty, esteemed guests, friends, and family. Thank you all for being here today as we close one chapter and begin another. I can honestly say that we would not be sitting here if it weren't for all of you. Before I continue, I would like to thank my friends and family for blessing me with an amazing support system. I also want to thank my sister, I also want to thank my sister Monica specifically for being my best friend, my advisor, my confidant, and my role model all in one. I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for you. I've thought a lot about what I would say to you all today. What could I possibly say that would leave an impact on such a group of people? Or so I was panicking to my best friend one day until she virtually shook me through FaceTime and told me, "Priyanka, you are more impactful than you know." Little did she know she inspired the topic of my speech. Her words reminded me of this sociological concept that I fell in love with when I was studying for the MCAT, and is still the only positive memory I have of that exam. The concept is called symbolic interactionism, and according to Wikipedia, it is a distinctive approach to the study of human life and human conduct. This viewpoint sees people as active in shaping their world, rather than as entities who are acted upon by society. Clearly, there are many layers of complexity to the term, but what I derive from the definition is that we are the results of our interactions with others and our unique individual perspectives of those interactions. Therefore, we have an impact on people simply by being around them. I thought about all of the experiences that I have from UMD that have influenced me. I remember walking through the fountain freshman year and feeling like I was a part of something infinite. I remember my first time watching a basketball game in here and nearly having a panic attack when the flag came over the student section. And I remember placing my life in Testudo's hands before every big final. There are countless memories from our times here that have shaped us to be who we are today. When I reflect on my most gratifying memories from college, my accomplishments on paper pale in comparison to that time my shyest mentee became confident enough to share her answer with the whole class. Or that proud teaching moment when my students master a difficult concept. Life feels most fulfilling when you can share your success with your peers and subscribe to each other's dreams. It was the moments that I was not meticulously planning, that I was not strategically scheduling how to boost my resume, that I was the most impactful. As very near alums, I firmly believe that each of you has the ability and determination to reach your goals. We are all equipped with years of valuable experience that will aid us in the future. As students of CMNS, it may take years of additional schooling and training to reach our careers of choice. I remember as a freshman calculating the years until I would finally start. It will take me 11 years of college, medical school, and residency to become a doctor. I think we become so fixated on the end goal that we forget about the impact that we can have along the way. So here I am, reminding you to keep chasing those opportunities that emphasize why you chose this arduous path in the first place. Get involved in ways that inspire you and positively impact your community. Finally, I want to remind you that none of us got to where we are today by ourselves. Whether it was your family, friends, professors, or mentors, we've all received invaluable support throughout the years. Take this opportunity to thank those who have positively impacted you along the way. Also, it is important for us to think about what we can do for people who will soon be in our position. As a generation of graduates, it is our responsibility to inspire and support the next. Congratulations to you all, and I will leave you with the words my best friend gave me. Class of 2017, you are more impactful than you know. Thank you.
Priyanka, thank you so much for your timely remarks. This is a proud day for you, your family, and for the University of Maryland.
Will the baccalaureate degree recipients from the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences please rise? Dr. Robert Infantino, Associate Dean, will present the graduates. By accepting the faculty's recommendation as presented by the Associate Dean, the Dean will recognize the candidates as having completed all degree requirements.
Dr. Wilkinson, in accordance with the recommendations of the faculty in the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences, I request that you recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
I'm pleased to accept the faculty's recommendation, and I'm honored to recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the audience please join the Dean and the faculty in congratulating the December 2017 baccalaureate degree candidates of the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences. Graduates, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, graduation from the University of Maryland is a milestone for each graduate and their family and friends. Each guest present is waiting with great anticipation to hear the name of their graduate announced in this arena. Therefore, we kindly ask that you act in a dignified manner and hold your applause to a minimum so that each graduate can be recognized in a timely and orderly fashion. In addition, out of respect for your classmates and their families, we kindly ask that all graduates remain on the floor until the conclusion of the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation. Bachelor graduates of academic programs in the college will move forward to receive congratulations from the Dean, Associate Deans, and the Department Chair. As the students come forward, some will be wearing a red tassel in recognition of their having potentially earned Latin honors. Latin honors are based on overall grade point averages and are designated cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. Departmental honors are awarded to those who are invited by the faculty in their respective departments to undertake honors research and will be wearing medallions. Dr. Larry Davis will present the graduates from computer science.
Devin Russell. Raina Coggins. Caitlin Bejarano. Waliula Rifai. John Groninger. Carlos Gonzalez Lozada. Luke Ordilli. Tyler Barrett. Derek Farley. Sung Lee. Charles Stephan. Natnael Zudi. Andrea Soto. Heon Han. Caleb O. Santiago Venegas Marino. Sang Han. Hojun Lee. Ashwin Kumar. Cameron Jackson. James Day. Mark Hipona. Jay Carmichael. Alexandra Buchvalova. Ao Lake. Colin Mason. Robert Atkins. Michael Chirico. Posen Chen. Stephen Davis. Marie Duran. Henry Jimenez. Victor De Souza. David Hagan. Jawa Joe. Arsh Agarwal. Oscar Alaman. Kevin Turcios. Benjamin Lamb. Abbas Aria. Tianchu Xie. Jean-Claude Passai. Michael Abercrombie. Adam Rhodes. Sean Bay. Jayachandar Payavula. Thomas Matthews. Darpan Shah. Anthony Gibson. Stefan Kostreski. Jonathan Rosenberg. Matthew Pletcher. Gabrielle Bonney. Jennifer Arai. Lydia Tesfaye. Karan Mohan. Naima Ahmad. Zaki Abdullah. Abdurrahman Hamad. Ayman Hamad. Kyle Delancey. Aradhya Sharma. David Roth. Tianchi He. Colin McGrath. Benjamin San Nicholas. Spencer Chen. Juan Alonso Cruz. Pauline Chan. Lauren Peng. In Yong Wu. Aiden Woods. Ken Yang. Catherine Ryback.
Dr. Jonathan Dinman will present the graduates from Cell Biology and Genetics and Microbiology. We're now doing Cell Biology and Genetics.
Samuel Leitis. Yuval Elkin. Jacob Blackman. Annika Lee. Jessica Hernandez. Brian Kang. Jennifer Wharton.
We are now doing graduates in microbiology.
Emily Berteau. Leah Carlson. Jessica Fishbein. Chloe Maddox.
Dr. James Carton will present the graduates from, I'm sorry. Dr. Andrew Harris will present the graduates from astronomy.
Shreya Anand. Jonathan Brandy. Quinn Kelly. Patrick Hemmer.
Dr. Janice Ruitt-Roby will present the graduates from biochemistry and chemistry.
Ryan Sonji. Abigail Lee. Jay Sobel. Sean Katoski. Brooke Kesey. Atifa Safi. Dylan Williams. Kumbayota. Jacob Zeitler. Christopher Ladow.
Dr. Richard Walker will present the graduates from geology.
Jeffrey Adams. Caroline Leege. Peter Meehan. Paul Newberger.
Dr. Scott Wolpert will present the graduates from mathematics, applied mathematics, mathematical education, and mathematical statistics.
Joshua Grimes. Clara Bryant. Ramin Rahimi. Gabriela Zakraki. Isa DeSapio. Jenna Sminky. Suna Park. Emma Herring. Christina Romas. Dongyu Chung. Tuan Kwok. James Cameron. Hagos. Junji Liu. Yi Shu. Yue Chen. Jonathan So. Sung-Du Kim. Minjun Ma. Jihan Yang. Mahali. Motaraya Adejimi.
Dr. Steve Ralston will present the graduates from physics and from physical sciences.
Lisa Maskowitz. Thomas Fowler. Benjamin Henkin. Justin Matney.
Dr. Reed Compton will present the graduates from Physiology and Neurobiology and from Ecology and Evolution.
Dougal Forrest. Justice Job. Amanda Asme. Ruth Pat. Nicholas Castro. Jacob Fricolo. Uchenna Ehanatu. Zachary Smith. Eleanor Brown. Priyanka Anisetti. Arshia Matthew. Nancy Ampadu. Andrew Yee. Vivian Zohari.
Dr. John Merck will present the graduates in Environmental Sciences and Policy, Earth Surface Processes, Biodiversity and Conservation Biology, and Environmental Geosciences and Restoration.
Imani Stannard. Teresa Dokow. Daniel Lauer.
Dr. Paula Shrewsbury will present the graduates from General Biology and Individual Studies.
Destiny Hewison. Akbar Salman. Irene Mendez. Amy Yuan. Brandon Corridon. Abraham Chowdhury. Rebecca Brown. Shannon Healy. Mina Al-Sali. Anika Alahi. Anika Sigder. Margaret Wren. Christine Ricciardi. Alexander Saitov. Amelia Nyack. Heather Glasser. Shelby Wilcox. Coleman David. Idara Akpandak. Casey Young. Wakilat Gaji. Elias Hilaire. Rebel Tesfaye.
Yes! Thank you. There we go. This is for the camera. That's it. What happens then?
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Gerald Wilkinson.
Graduates, we are proud of you and honored to know we played a part in preparing you for your future success. Will all those in the audience who are family members and friends of our graduates please stand? Graduates, you did not go on this journey alone. Please stand and join me in recognizing and thanking all those who have supported you along the way. Please be seated. I have met many alumni over the 30 years I have been a faculty member here, and they often tell me how much the University of Maryland continues to mean to them long after they graduate. I anticipate many of you will share similar feelings. As you take the next steps in your life, please remember you will always have a home here. Don't hesitate to come back and visit. We will always be proud of everything you accomplish. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Will the audience and graduates please rise? Please remain standing and remain in place for the recessional, the alma mater to be sung by Dr. Lucy Chen. The recessional will be led by the platform party, followed by the faculty, followed by the graduates. Parents, spouses, relatives, family, and friends are invited to join the graduates outside.